Hi guys, so today we are talking all about storytelling. I'm Amber with Amber Andrews Photography. I'm a brand photographer in West Michigan. One question that I get asked often is, what is a story in relation to the packages that I offer? Because all of my packages are based on how many stories do you want to tell with your photo shoot. The more stories you want to tell, the bigger the package, the more it costs. So stories are a specific theme or story that you are telling with your photos. The stories include different locations, different outfits, whatever we need to do to tell that specific story. So each package that I have for personal branding includes a certain amount of stories that you want to tell with your photos from that session. Now, why do I base it on stories? Well, storytelling is a powerful marketing tool. If you can make a connection with your customer first through stories and then sell to them second, that's super powerful. All right, so a funny fact about me, I am a horrible storyteller. It's actually one thing that my husband tells me is, wow, you're terrible at telling stories. So I have been researching and trying to learn how to tell better stories. Like, I love telling stories with photos. Maybe it's because I'm so terrible at telling stories with words, but I love to be able to capture a story in a photo and just like tell a whole story in a photo. It's so awesome. But I'm realizing that I also need some words to go along with those photos. So I am working at learning how to tell stories with my words as well. One book that I would recommend if you're like me and you're not good at storytelling is The Storyteller's Secret by Carmine Gallo. It really helped me, and I've been really trying to implement what I've learned in that book, as well as continuing to learn and read more books. If you have any good book recommendations, let me know. I would appreciate it. So the favorite, like, I love telling stories with pictures, like I said before. Now this week I'm going to be sharing some photos from a recent session that I did for Jenna and her mom. They are social anxiety coaches, and they had very specific stories that we were telling with their photos. Their stories that they were telling went along with an ebook they were writing, courses that they were launching, and just subjects that they talk about online. So some of the stories that they told with their photos were stories about travel, about sleep, pet therapy, about how they work from home, and also stories to show the professional side of them. And those are the photos that they will be using as profile pictures, those professional photos, and for speaking engagements they will use those professional photos, and the other photos they're sharing using with their courses, with their ebooks, with their Instagram and Facebook posts, things like that. I will be sharing some photos from that session so that you can get a visual example of what those stories were and get some ideas, hopefully, for your own photo shoot on what stories you can tell with your photos. So when I meet with a client before their session, we talk all about what stories they tell with their customers, or how they can relate to their customers, what stories we can tell with their photos, so that they can make a connection with their customer first, so that their customer can look at their photos and relate to them. Think, oh wow, hey, they like coffee, I like coffee. Isn't that awesome? We have something in common. That's just like a really common example, but just to give you a super common example, like everybody loves coffee, right? And I don't really like coffee a whole lot. I do a little bit, but most people really like coffee. So anyways, I would love for you to leave me a comment, send me a message if you found this helpful, or if you have any more questions on what a story is, or using storytelling with your photos, or if you have any other questions about personal brand photography, send me an email or a message, and I would love to talk about those at a future date. Have a great day, guys.